What's up, guys? Another beer review. Today we're looking at something interesting. This is Southern Tier Crème Brûlée, and it's part of the Blackwater series. This one's at 9.5%, so pretty high. Lots of information on this bottle. Maybe I could just do this and let you pause if you want to read all that stuff. They have serving information here as well. It says to serve in a snifter, which I don't have yet, so we're going with a wine glass. And serving temperatures, everything about it. It's really cool. Anyway, we're just gonna break right into this. This one, the date of birth is 6/11/2013, so this has been cellared or aged for a while. I did get two of these when I was at the store to age another one, so I'm gonna try this again in maybe a year or two, see if it's changed any bit. But anyway, it says a stout brewed with vanilla bean. So Southern Tier. Let's crack this open. Awesome bottle opener. Alright, so there we go. Oh my god, this smells so good. Oh my god. Here, smell it. Christina's here. It smells like warm, burnt vanilla sugar.
Oh, that smells delicious.
You know what it smells like? If you have like, exactly, the warm sugar, vanilla, hand cream and crap, you know, that girls are into.
Kind of caramelly?
Yeah. Sweet. Very sweet smelling. It smells delicious. I smell butterscotch.
Yeah. Did you ever have crème brûlée?
Yeah.
I never have some.
Oh, about, I think maybe once or twice. Fancy restaurant stuff. Never really had it outside of that, but anyway. Let's get in here. Super dark. It smells so good. Really, really dark beer. Nice creamy looking head on there. That looks delicious.
Super dark.
Smells really good too. So, no further ado, I gotta try this now. That is unlike anything I've ever had. This is probably my favorite dessert beer. Super sweet, butterscotch, caramel, toffee flavor, definitely vanilla, but believe it or not, I think the vanilla, it smells a little bit more vanilla than it tastes. To me, all those other things are coming out. Huge butterscotch, huge caramel, definitely a creaminess. This is really, really good. Wow, so interesting. Oh man, caramel corn on the tail end, buttery.
Oh yeah.
That is super good. Very, very smooth. Very low bitterness on the end. Getting a call during a video. It's the only time people want to call, when the camera's on. Wow. All right. I'm gonna say 9.6%. You taste that there's a little alcohol in there, but not 9.5. I don't taste 9.5%.
No.
No. It's super smooth, super delicious, very, very sweet. I was gonna say before, is the bitterness is not overwhelming at all. It comes in at the very end, but it's very low to medium bitterness. It's not really strong at all. This is extremely drinkable, extremely delicious. It's fantastic. Wow, that is something else. It's gonna be hard. I mean, of course, there's lots and lots of beer to try out there, but it's gonna be hard to beat this for a sweet dessert beer. This is by far my favorite thus far.
This is like one of the ones that, one of the only ones that you've had that I've tasted that when it says it tastes like something, it really does. Yeah,
and we were talking about that before. We did I think it was Atwater, vanilla Java porter. We were talking about how that one specifically tasted like vanilla Java, vanilla coffee, a little bit chocolate. This one tastes like creme brulee and some. It's fantastic. So, bigger bottle. I have a lot here. Gonna fill this up and enjoy this with Christina. And I'll get back to you guys when I'm all done. Last sip. Gus is passed out sleeping, sorry. The real last sip. All right, here's my conclusion on this. It's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. The things should change a little bit. And something to note here too is that when I do like a beer review, I do serve it cold to begin with. Excuse me. But something like this, and actually a lot of different beers too, you have to give it time because it does taste different once it's warmed up a little bit. Obviously you don't want it warm, but different levels of coldness. The colder a liquid is, the less flavor you get out of it. And particularly with like craft beers and like these specialty beers, you don't want it to be freezing cold. All right, I know the idea of like having a super cold beer is really refreshing and stuff, but for a lot of these, you really do want it to not necessarily warm up. That's maybe not the right terminology for it, but you don't want it to be as cold. Okay, and as it starts to become more room temperature, you do get a slightly different flavor out of it. I really like it. I think it does taste like creme brulee. But more specifically to me, the more I drank it and the longer I took to drink it, I found that I tasted the alcohol in here a lot more. All right, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely has an alcohol bite to it, just a pungency that's certainly there. You're not missing it. You do know that you're having something that's a little bit more alcoholic than just a regular beer. So the first couple sips, didn't really take note of it much, but the more you drank it, it was definitely present. Besides that, some of the toffee and caramel kind of died off a little bit, and it was more vanilla. It was more like vanilla pudding, vanilla custard, something like that. Really creamy, had a great mouthfeel. Just really coats the mouth. It wasn't watery at all. It was very thick and like luscious and really sweet. The bottle here says to pair with organic vanilla ice cream or cheesecake. So they're saying it's best, and it also goes in the description here too, it's best served with something sweet. And you think like piece of cheesecake and beer, it's absolutely disgusting. Not this one. And while reading that, I was thinking like, wow, just a plain piece of cheesecake with this would be phenomenal. So I agree with that. If you're gonna have a little bit of sweets, this is, if you're ever to drink a beer while eating dessert, this would be the one. But, excuse me, it is certainly a dessert on its own. Probably one of the sweetest beers I've ever had. It offers a lot. It's a really good dessert beer. 22-ounce bottle, which is a pint and 6 ounces, I believe. That's correct. Or 650 milliliters. It's large, it's 2 full glasses of beer. And because it's so sweet, it's very filling. All right, so I wouldn't suggest more than one of these. You'll probably get a stomachache, especially if you're eating dessert with it. It's definitely a sipper beer. It's not something to guzzle. And if you are just had a meal or something and actually consuming it or drinking it as a dessert, you're going to get very full very quickly. But it's fantastic no matter what context you are enjoying it. I highly recommend this one. Certainly worth checking out. As far as price, on par with everything else, I think it was $11 for this larger bottle. So it says a stout brewed with vanilla beans. There was definitely vanilla there, but there was so much more. It was very complex, very flavorful, and absolutely delicious. So highly recommended. Southern Tier Blackwater Series Crème Brûlée. All right. If you happen to see this by you, definitely check it out. You will see me do another review on this in, let's say, a year or two, because I want to see how it's changed. And I have been cellaring just a couple beers. And when I do the videos where I'm actually trying them after the fact, years later, I will get a fresh one from that time period as well, so I can compare them side by side. But anyway, awesome. It's going to be very hard not to tap into the one that I'm trying to age, because it is phenomenally delicious. Really recommended. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.